Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in. If you're new here, welcome. I appreciate you taking time to check us out. If you're returning, well, I also appreciate you taking the time to come back. So, on this adventure, we went out to Jim Falls, Wisconsin, to the dam out there. We actually hit the dam, the bridge, and then we went and checked out a little bit of a private course, which was pretty awesome. So it was this was definitely an adventure.
Never had
It is a little overcast.
Oh no. Passenger wheel loose.
So we kind of just
It is loose.
hitting some lines, walking our way down towards the dam, getting closer. So this is my second run with the VRD Carbon. So it there's a lot of learning left to do with this truck, but man, these carbons are pretty awesome. So we went out on this with Ethan and or Wisco Crawler on Instagram, and Dino. Obviously, you guys are plenty familiar with Dino.
You've
So
ever seen anybody mix that one?
Dino's slaying some gnarly V notches here.
I mean, making that's difficult enough.
This rock had a lot of traction until the rain
That's
started.
one way to do it.
So
Okay. See you.
I definitely want to get back out here when it's dry. There was some lines that you guys will see here that I want
On a fresh
Like-
body.
ferociously. Yeah, like I said, you'll see those guys. You'll see those later.
All the way down.
No,
I did try them,
we're gonna.
but man, these rocks when they get wet, they get slick.
Wow, look at you catching it.
There
Nice.
was quite a few times where we almost, Dino at one point did slip and actually fall. There was quite a few times that we slipped and caught ourselves. So this is right up against the dam, and it's starting to rain. You can see the rocks are wet. There's a lot of cool rock formations here. It's crazy to see what, like, same thing with Falls Park at Sioux Falls. If you guys have been around the channel a couple videos ago, we went to Falls Park, and the flowiness of the rocks and what the water does over time with erosion and stuff. So up here there was a lot of cool V notches to try,
Sick Dino on it.
And,
I can't do it.
Yeah.
This
like-
dude.
All right.
This is a super cool little V notch. I really digged it.
Pulled off some wild ass shit.
So
I didn't have the carbon at Sioux Falls.
it's getting
Uh,
slick.
I had the Rock Titan, and I was trying this line that he got, and I had to do.
So this is where the water or the rain started coming down. Pretty good. You can see it in the camera. So, but somehow the traction was still decent. Like, it wasn't, super traction like these rocks look like they would be, but obviously they're wet. But I was still amazed by the amount of traction that there was,
I never seen anybody do that.
even though
Just go up further.
it was still, even though it was raining. So I saw this V-notch. I thought it was pretty awesome, but I'm standing right now over a water hole, and that's one thing that like is kind of sketch about this whole area is like you're kind of hovering over spots of water and risking losing your truck into the water. A lot of these are just holes where you could just reach down and grab it again, but what I do like is how well balanced these carbons are. Um, you'll see if you pay attention several times where
Well, at least just try to get
it'll
that
just
front right
balance
over
on that
that.
back on those just the back two tires and it doesn't go over, kind of like right there. The tipping point, I guess, for these seems really manageable. So just grabbing traction here, starting to pull myself up, work my way over, but skid was just too hung and there's not enough traction on those front tires. As you can see there, it's looking pretty reflective. So Dino worked himself over here and wanted to give it a shot. I did not make it. I went another way.
It was just that. It was just sitting on the
So
skid plate.
Yeah, it catches right there.
Dino is running
When
a
it was dry, I
Brazen
think you had to
hardline
drag it to the
chassis. I
wall.
mean,
Yeah, but
it's a VRD carbon,
hard.
but it's a Brazen high-low chassis. So there is a slight variation there.
Come on, girl. Yeah.
But I have no doubt in my mind that that would be perfectly doable
It's slick.
if it wasn't raining. So Ethan's got a Fusion Ascent, and these things are, pretty dang capable for a box stock rig. If you guys have been around the channel for a while, I did have one. I think I did like 2 videos with it and then ended up trading it off.
Trenches do pretty
But
good when they're wet.
Yeah. It's really a breath.
Like,
And I had
this
a-
is the
I had a
first
good time with it.
ever I don't,
It
this
was
truck
cool
will
to
never get wet.
Cool to mess around with and
Ever.
stuff, but wasn't my
Yeah,
cup
so
of
this
tea.
is the first time actually running
So
it wet.
having fun doing some
These
descents
tires are
because
surprisingly
got
really
in there
good
for-
wet.
as hard as things are going up, there's a lot of times where you can get yourself in quite a bit of trouble going down. So I do enjoy doing downs as well. Trying to find technical down lines is tough. Dino's telling me to tell my truck to stay put. But as I just rolled there a little, but
When they're wet. Look at the color.
Yeah.
That's how you can tell those are predator compound.
Dino's pointing out that I'm running on Predators and he's running on G8s, which I feel like the Predators did pretty good because of the cold wetness.
Nice.
That extra softness definitely helped. So
Yeah. I usually, I mean, I made it before.
there's a really nice little pocket here.
Try
It's
to
pretty
just come
fun.
up straight up the face instead
Ethan
of-
was telling us.
instead of doing it the way I
Oh, he
did
goes. He's
I couldn't get the traction I usually get, but
gone straight up. It wasn't happening for me. So
Not my wheelbase.
I think if I had worked my way from the right corner
Naughty, dirty V-notch action.
and hooked a tire, I could probably pull myself up, but
yeah, Daddy. Oh, yeah.
it wasn't happening today. Lock that front end, use the servo to smash that back end into the wall, and
Snake in the grass.
hiding in the grass.
alright, trying new things.
So we've been messing around with hang lines a lot lately. So here's Dino kind of
You dirty sinner, you.
trying to work on one,
Jeepers, come on.
which would be super cool. So naturally I had to try. I don't know what it is. I love hang lines. They're just gnarly and It's one of those, like, it shouldn't be able to happen, but when you can make it happen,
No, as soon as you touch that rock to your left, it's over.
see, like, I was able to just save it there. Like, these things are...
You could probably start
I
from
wish I
that
would have gotten a
rock.
carbon a lot sooner.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I got one now, and gonna keep
I
going,
don't know how that never.
you know, learning and trying cooler stuff.
Just don't question it. It'll be
Carbon.
okay.
Yeah.
But like, I'm backwards. How
Drive on my back.
how did it not roll?
Now
I
it's
don't.
ringing again. What the?
These things are insane. And then it got tired and took a nap. So you guys can see here, I'm trying to, you know, show you some of the terrain out here. If you guys haven't been out here, I definitely recommend it. It's a super cool, you know, area. I think we were out at the dam part of it for 3.5 hours. And then we went down to the bridge.
Try not to die. Try not to
And we were down at the bridge for an hour and a half. And then time kind of started to become a factor, and we still wanted to go check out that local private course, so we had to kind of cut it short there at the bridge. But
What were we just saying about raining?
yeah,
Jinxing
talking to
it.
Dina there about, Dina mentioned about the rain. It was just on and off. The weatherman, it was like a 10% chance of rain, according to like the Weather Channel, and obviously that was a lie, because we found that 10%.
Come on. Baby.
So this is a cool little outcropping here.
Flickery one.
I did not make that. I tried for a little while. Front tires I could get up, but I couldn't get it to
That
pull.
was solid.
Again, just being wet. So Ethan over here doing another cool kind of sketchy line, because just to his right kind of just falls off into a frothy mess. So
I couldn't make it up this. I just set it up there.
God, don't let my truck roll away. I gotta take a piss.
so now we're
Stay. Don't move.
Does it have a mind of its own?
in
Okay.
the traction's there.
You never know.
I will definitely be going back when it's dry. Cause some of the stuff, like, I should have been able to make that.
Nothing.
He ain't making it.
We're checking
Hey.
out the scenery.
No,
now.
no,
made it.
no.
Look at this beautiful rock. And then, oh, God.
Oh, look at that. What it was.
Yeah, look at that scenery.
Cinema magic.
I magically
That's what it is.
didn't make it up.
So yeah, you come
As
up and it
Dino
just
so
kinda
cleverly
hangs the edge there.
called out. Call me a
Or
cheater.
try and go
Thanks,
straight up
Dino.
and, whatever.
Well, I was going to try to
Yeah,
get myself a
I
little
couldn't get up that.
more.
Traction just wasn't there.
There it is.
Well,
But
man, you fucking
yeah,
suck.
Was he drunk?
I was able to make it up the rest, but some of these ledges,
Show us up.
I just like I couldn't. Oh, so close.
As far as anybody's made it there. Give it the honey.
So close. And right there. I mean, that's part of where that chassis comes into play.
That's cool too.
Was able to just, I mean, driver mod was always a factor there too. So, nice driving there, Dino. Now he's trying to get crazy here. Dude's getting cray-cray.
Or high center than that is,
Bit funnel there.
A lot of spots where breakover
pulling all the
angle
water out.
is important here.
Oh!
Well, that.
And, yeah, I mean, if you ask me, Dino never made it to the top. Yeah, I'm sorry, Dino. You didn't conquer that rock. Yeah, rain really started picking up here, and I don't know what happened to the audio on this part, so I took her down quite a few notches. And this was the only clip that did this. So, any of you guys out there are like audio experts? Curious why this one did this, like the background noise and everything was just insane. Dino's coming back for another piece of it.
It looks really cool when the water's dripping off the cliff.
That'll be like one short right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, just slick and slick can be, but he made it. And then we're back to normal audio. So I don't know what happened with that last clip, but it was weird. So heading over to this giant rock formation, and me and Dino decided to drive our way over there. Ethan just
I see what you're doing,
Just
dirty fox.
decided to carry.
You know, they
And,
say bad habits lead to late nights. They don't say that, but Ed Sheeran did.
Yeah. Making our way through the giant rock piles. So this was super awesome. And I did it on the second round. I got real hung up. That tire started
Oh, you're going.
folding on each other,
Did you get on that?
and yeah, it wasn't good. So I let off. Did go back, go around wider, and go up the other side, hanging. So this was the line that was super sketchy. I wanted this line real bad. I will go back and I will get this when it's dry. It was such like the perfect line. Like, kind of reminded me of going to the top of Mount Crumpet. But yeah, I had to switch positions.
Welcome back. We have just moved from where Dino is
'Cause
over here. So we're going to death.
that's a big fall, and I needed to see where I was going. I tried to walk up, just right behind the truck, and started slipping, and thought I was gonna die. I don't get sketched out by much as far as heights and rock climbing. I do love rock climbing itself, so like that doesn't sketch me out, but I got kind of sketched out. So this line should be perfectly doable when it's dry. I will be back. I will do this line. Here's a couple pictures. You can see I've just barely standing on anything, and there's a picture of like how high up it is. But yeah, like I got one foot on like a pop can top size hold, and then another one
Just
kind of
trying
just
not to die.
hanging out.
Don't die.
Like, I'm there.
There. Are you?
I'm filming with one hand and driving with the other too. So
No, I'm on a slider.
Oh, God.
like,
So this
I
is like
got-
awfully sketchy to try to be doing.
It is quite, yeah, you are all sketchy, but that's some yep spec shit.
I'm like teabagging this rock.
yeah, I fought this for a good 5 or 6 minutes trying I wanted this line. I wanted that. I wanted to go to the top. And I wasn't gonna cheat it. You can see there kind of like I think this was key where I was at.
Oh, baby.
If
Grab
that
it.
tire right there would have grabbed that and held, I think I could have turned into a driver and driven right up.
Wasn't fun. Shit, it was.
Blarg is all I can say.
Pixar didn't have.
If nothing else, I will go back just for that line.
They don't got this.
Oh, God. Baby.
There goes Dino.
Don't do that.
So this was a cool
No one saw him fall.
No, it's not.
line where you got to kind of hang off to the edge
Don't learn from
and
your
just
mistakes, Tino.
rely on traction. That was very limited. We're going to the Dino POV
It out.
No.
cam here.
Tired of hooking.
I was able to make this. It took me, I don't know, 5 or 6 tries. It's definitely a slow crawl. Dino's getting frustrated here, so he's going for the full send.
We're definitely going to have to do some cinema magic on this.
Yeah, Dino fought this for quite a while. Got that traction. Those trenchers grabbing that moss. Pulling him to the top. I'm glad that works.
No.
So
Body clip.
this was a cool ridge. I went last. You can see it had gotten torn up from the other two. Going through here, so I was giving him a hard time. It was tougher than it looked. If this was dry, I think it'd have been pretty easy. But I was able to shoot the gap there.
There we go.
And then you just kind of get locked into this. I don't know. I don't want to call it a corner of doom, but like into this little zone here. And that one rock right in the middle, right in the center of my truck right now, messes it up for the whole thing. Or it doesn't mess it up, just makes it exponentially hard. So, if you guys are still here, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to watch out, check out what adventures we're on. If you want to check out more adventures, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Post long videos every Thursday. And please come back next time to check out what kind of crazy adventures we get ourselves into. Until next time, get out and have your own adventures.